So, my dudes, got us another MX versus ATV Reflex track review. Haven't done one of these in a frozen minute, so finally getting back to it here. We got the Night SX Beach Round 3, something like that, made by Nick DeLeon. I don't know, it always confuses me how he has his name. He's got like certain letters capitalized, makes it look like Nick DeLeon, but I think it's Nick DeLeon or something like that. So either way, those crazy pronunciations always screw me. So yeah, I always love to come back into here, whether it be Reflex. Ooh, that's a little bit of a jump. Okay. Whether it be Reflex custom tracks or MX Simulator custom tracks, because I just have such a love for that community, and I will always have a love and a passion for the track maker community on either one of these motocross games, because it really is what keeps these games going. I mean, it's what keeps these games alive. It's what's allowed these games to live so long. And when you really think about it, like, that is the whole backbone to these motocross games on PC, is the custom tracks, and also the people that obviously make the gear and the bikes and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just, and me being a MX Simulator track maker, and that being basically the whole entire thing that started my YouTube channel, and something that I've spent a ton of time in, it's made me really respect all track makers of any kind. It really does teach you, whenever you've actually done it, it teaches you a different level of respect for the people that do it, because it's not an easy thing to do. Track making, like, it's a pretty difficult task. I mean, to actually go in there, figure out how to do it, be able to be unique with it, not make something that someone else has made 1,000 times, and all that different kind of stuff can be a very tricky thing. This is a pretty unique little section right here. I love when people do like a rhythm section up some sort of elevation or something like that. I'm getting a little bit confused on where I'm going here. It's my first lap on the track ever, so I apologize for that. Oh, where am I going? Turning right here? Okay. A little bit confusing right there, but found my spot. So this does kind of feel a little bit like almost like a hybrid style track, kind of getting those Qatar-ish vibes from it, but you can definitely see some pretty supercross style type of rhythm sections here. So okay, already sweep back on the other side of the track. Very simple triple coming out of that corner, but as you guys know, I'm a sucker for these night tracks. I mean, I think night motocross tracks, or supercross tracks for that matter, just, there's something really, really cool about them. I have a deep, different style of love for nighttime tracks in these games, because they give you like such a different feel. Nice quad right there. Ooh, kind of overjumped that little triple ski there just a little bit. Racked my sack on that one. But yeah, you got the kind of the stars in the background, skybox going on here. Oh, coming up a little short. That's one of those I don't need to be scrubbing. I need to just hammer it wide open, kind of get a good hook off of that little dragon's back section. Oh, gonna jump that pretty good though. Okay. So yeah, pretty interesting little track here. This guy has made quite a few tracks, the Nick DeLeon or whatever his name is. So he definitely got some practice on it for sure. So pretty good, but I mean, it's to the point where I expect this level of tracks from that guy. So yeah, not too bad though as far as how it's looking. Okay, am I supposed to turn right here or just go straight? Okay, yeah. That really looks like you just go straight up that hill. Okay, turn right here. Yep. See how it's getting kind of in that motocrossy kind of feel to it. Tight little S corners. I was going super slow through that. But yeah, pretty skill gap filling track already right off the bat. I can just tell some of these little sections. It's not one of those tracks where you feel like you're just kind of riding on it and you're not having to think about what you're doing at all. Like, it really does kind of give you that feeling. Okay, so this, you basically go backwards on the start straight. Yeah, that's what I was kind of confused about there at the beginning. And you come back around like this and then make a left up this. It's kind of like a Talladega, almost like Glen Helen style corner right here. Kind of interesting how I did that. You could run up the inside of it too. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have to hook that. Try and get a better rhythm up over that. But yeah, you can definitely feel he knows what he's doing as far as like jump face building, transitions, Just feels good. You know, that triple right there, good distance out of the corner. You got to hit it hard enough to get it, and he's made his landing peaked enough to where if you come up short, it's not going to be pretty, which is how it should be on a pretty much any supercross track. Man, that jump right there, you got to blip that throttle just a little bit or you will jump into the face of that. So whoops are super close together. Oh my God, I'm like going negative 2 miles an hour right now. Yeah, one of those, you definitely got to have some momentum for that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Hooked. Oh, you might be able to hook all the way over that table. Not really sure. Okay, coming around here. But yeah, as far as the objects, I mean, got a couple of objects here and there. He didn't like just put a billion different objects on the track or anything, but I think it looks all right. Kind of just kind of fills in that background a little bit. That skybox is interesting, dude. It's just like totally black with a couple little stars. So that's definitely kind of cool how he did that. What is this? Oh, yeah, that might have been a part. This is like the round 3 of this Supercross series or whatever. That might have been a different part on some other part of the Supercross, one of those other rounds. I'm not really sure because I don't think you ever actually go on that part of the track on this particular round right here. So either way, what is that light? Is that the moon? Like what? Oh, I can't barely see it. It's like right up there above my head. I don't know. It looks kind of funny how he built that right there. But whoa, baby, scrub it. Ooh. Okay. Okay, yeah, definitely got to get on your brakes for that corner. But overall, not too shabby, dude. Pretty good. I mean, okay, different kind of style of a track, right? Not something that you just see every day in Reflex. Fun kind of mixture between Supercross hybrid, that kind of feeling to it. Got a car over there. I mean, some of the off-track can give you a slight little bit of a kind of basic look to it, but I mean, he's got stands over here. He's got enough objects. Got that little hill on that other side, but for the most part, the track's pretty flat. Just kind of that start straight section, and then all this over here is like your really standard flat Supercross style track that you're used to riding on. So yeah, it's like there's just kind of a Supercross track and then some weird little motocross type sections in a different section, not really like super combined, if that makes sense, other than that one little rhythm going up the hill. But you can see like far off of the track, it can definitely give you a little bit of that like just super, I don't know, paper flat, smooth kind of look on some stuff. I know this is kind of like a road over here, so I'm not really talking about that spot. I'm kind of talking about on that other. You can see it like way out in front of me and over there to the left. Just kind of gives you a, I don't know, little bit of a, you know, kind of basic off-track look to it, but it is not too bad, dude. It's got little objects here, little tough blocks. You got hay bales. Got a sand base to the track, so it's always cool to see like a nighttime sort of sand beach track like this. You guys know that's right up my alley vibe for sure. Okay, and then you come around this. But, yeah, dog, not too bad. I mean, decent track for sure. Not like my favorite track ever, but I mean, it's all right. Not, you know, super terrible or anything like that. Fun jump rider. You can just tell he knows what he's doing with his jump building. That's one thing you can pretty much figure out like right away when you get on a custom track. Like either the person knows what they're doing when they're making jumps or they don't know what they're doing. It's kind of a lot of times you don't really have an in between there. Like they either know what they're doing or they don't. Like this is a very typical standard, like what you would expect a track to feel like in a custom track to feel like in Reflex. You know, it's got that just feeling to it. You know, in some tracks, to get really unique with track making, you have to break out of that box, right? You have to make things that don't feel like that. But it is fun to have some tracks that do kind of go down that standard jump filling route because it just makes it feel really good and fluent, flowing, and skill gapped and all that kind of stuff, but not too difficult, right? So like sometimes if you kind of get too crazy with your uniqueness and you're making stuff that's way too difficult, it can, you know, almost backfire on it a little bit there. But it is fun to also see tracks that really get unique with their jump building. A couple of these sections are somewhat unique, like that right there, kind of a Dragon's back, whoop up a little hill, and then back down a section. Small jump right here. Got to let off on that one. Big triple right there. Definitely wasn't on the gas enough for that one. Nice little inside rut, outside rut. Not a super rutty track or anything. It's not like a what you would consider like roughness, realistic motocross. It really is a supercross, more so than motocross, I would say. I mean, there's a little bit of motocross style right here, but not too much. Pretty much no roughness to speak of on the track. So, yeah, I mean, it all kind of depends on what they're going for when whoa, baby, when they're going for that track design. You know, like with a lot of my tracks on MX Simulator, I was going for that really unique, weird, different kind of track filling. If I wanted to make a JGMX track, I would make a JGMX track. You understand what I'm saying? But like with MX Simulator, it's a bit of a different scenario because a lot of people aren't even good enough at that game to ride on tracks that aren't like as safe as a JGMX track and as easy as a JGMX track. You get what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of that sort of negativity backlash can come from with some unique style tracks on MX simulators, because a lot of people don't even have the skill to ride on tracks that are any more difficult than like a JGMX track. You know, they just don't even have the skill to do it. So then they don't really like the track because they can't get around the track. Whereas if you're a pro, you can get around a lot of my tracks and it's actually quite a bit of fun. But if you're more amateur level, it makes it quite a bit more difficult to stay consistent on the track. Whereas with Reflex, it's not as bad because it is just an arcade motocross game. So you can get a little more crazy and unique with your jump building in this game, and you're going to get a bit more of a positive feedback, I feel like, than you would on MX Simulator. MX Simulator, man, you get thrown out to the dogs if you make anything remotely more difficult than a JGMX track. You know what I'm saying? It's people they're going to have a negative connotation to it. They're not going to like your track as much if you make it unique, and unique a lot of times equals more difficult because you've got to make something that feels different. And to do that, sometimes you end up making stuff that's a little on that difficult side. But with the simulator, it can definitely be kind of perceived in quite a negative way because the majority of the people that play that game aren't even at a high skill level, right? So that's just something that you kind of run into if you start making, really unique style tracks for MX Sim. But either way, I'm going to give this thing I thought the whole design around it pretty unique. Jumps, fairly what you would expect. Do like this little uphill section right here. I've not rode on any of the other rounds of this, so I can't really compare it to that. But, man, I'm going to give this I'm going to give it probably like an 8 overall. I don't know. It's kind of somewhere in that range, maybe like 7, 8 overall. Really like how that corner kind of came around right there. Yeah, I would probably just give it an 8 overall. I don't think it's too bad. Just a couple little, that little intricacy type stuff. English. Just a little, I don't know, little intricacy things that it's kind of hard to even explain. Would have given it a couple extra points here, but yeah, I think an 8 overall is pretty fair to say for the track. But I would say difficulty, yeah. I mean, some of these triple ends, if you come up short, you're gonna come off the bike for sure, but I don't think it's that difficult, man. I would just say medium difficulty. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Don't forget, I have all of my MX versus ATV videos in a playlist on my front page. Every single one of them's on there, including All Out and some of the older games like Unleashed and Untamed. So all you got to do is go to my front page and it'll just automatically, you got to find the actual MX vs ATV playlist there, and then once you click on that, it'll just take you through all the videos. But yeah, I got quite a few of them on there, quite a few different track reviews of custom tracks on Reflex and stuff, so definitely go check that out. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.